Y'all, nice checking in with me. Feel me? Today, we going into one of my personal favorites. One of the this video really does well when I touch on this, but this is really serious. I ain't really doing this for views and nothing with this topic in specific, because this topic I get frustrated, a little emotional, and just downright pissed off. But before I get into that, what it's the part 3, the most anticipated part 3 of the disrespect of Carmelo Anthony is at an all-time high. I got a lot of people was anticipating this video in the comments section. People hit me up. They've been waiting for this, but I've been holding this off, because it's tough to talk about. I was waiting to hear something pop off, but who knows when that's going to happen. But before I get into that, I want y'all to donate to this channel, all my real rights, all the people that support the channel, Knicks Nation, everybody that's out here, that's loving the videos, donate to this channel. The link will be in the description box below this video. Also in the comment section. We got the new apparel for the team. We just launched a new clothing line, pexoticshop.com. You hop on the description box below this video. Then you get in the comment section. In the comment section. Then we just gonna get wavy for you. Real wavy. Right now, like I told y'all before, I'm bouncing around the crib right now. So it's been tough to really touch on this video right here. It was a lot of situations going on with the Melo situation. Melo basically was just been blackballed from the league. It's been very tough to see. I got a lot of receipts, to back up what I'm about to touch on. Basically Melo, we gotta kind of backtrack. The last video I touched on was the Phil Jackson situation and how that came into play. Today we're gonna touch on the part that is kind of I didn't really get a chance to dive deep into, because it's so much. To really do the full length. That's why I gotta almost cut this in parts, because I'll be on here for 5 hours, giving you the full backstory of the situation. But some of y'all might not know. Let's pick up with the trade to Oklahoma City, with Carmelo Anthony, which I do consider, Oklahoma City was like panicking because they needed to get a deal done, to keep Russell Westbrook, which they was going to lose him anyway, so they jumped the gun, pulled the trigger on George and Melo. Melo came there. As soon as Melo got there, they pretty much had intentions of him coming off the bench. It's very, very tough, coming off the bench, so it's just been a real rough, rocky road. The first press conference they was in, you got reporters telling Melo they ain't even dribble a basketball yet. That let you know the seeds that was planted, the bench roll, they was already trying to relegate him to this messed up situation, coming off the bench, especially becoming a perennial all-star, 3-time Olympic gold medalist, national champion, just a playoff, always in the playoffs consistently. Just had a rough, rocky road when Phil came in, so, Melo's been accustomed to a certain standard, So rolling to Oklahoma City, where he was basically third fiddle, sometimes fourth, if you want to count Steven Adams, just the way how the dynamics of that team was going, but fast forward things, at the end of that season, and even in the playoffs, I believe upper management was directing, coaching staff, Donovan, Cheeks, Maurice Cheeks and the crew, they was basically like damn near trying to slow Melo's minutes down, his production down, like not playing him in the fourth quarter when he made countless fourth quarter shots, playoff mode, or things that just really there, it basically he was relegated to the bench in key moments. They was playing Grant, in that position, which was tough to see, and they were losing, and Melo could have been out there for some of those big shots. But after that season, it was a situation where because Melo had signed a 5-year, 124 million. I believe it was a little shorter than 125. He could have signed for 130, but he shaved off 6 million for the Knicks so we could get some extra players. Even though people always say Melo's all about the money, so he don't get enough credit for that either. I think people really need to look into that, So basically, he was owed, like, I believe, another damn near 30 million, 27 or somewhere near that range. So Oklahoma City was trying to basically restructure his deal. Basically trying to basically cut his money. Which is crazy for Melo. You basically are the man 1 year, and then you come to a situation where you the fifth man. And they trying to restructure your money. They want to exile you to the bench before you even play game one. So the writing was on the wall, and I think that's why Melo didn't really want to leave New York, because, how these other teams and franchises handle players, so it's crazy. He was mishandled, so basically the restructuring of the deal, things went left, because Melo wasn't going to restructure his deal. No, Melo wanted them to honor the contract. The NBA Players Association got involved with the situation, so basically it was a situation of Melo didn't restructure the deal. They was going to basically trade him, or like waive him or some situation like that, which he was going to be able to keep all his money anyway. And the only way he could have stayed was if he accepted a bench role and his contract was restructured. So that's like me asking you today, okay, for you to start working at your job, I got to cut your pay, and I got to relegate you to the back of the store, or wherever you're doing, whatever you are in your position. Not only are we going to dock your pay, but we're going to send you a couple of grades lower from the stage you was at. That's basically what they was asking Melo to do. Imagine that. You the top worker in your job, in your position, and you got some fool coming in here telling you, no, I'm going to cut your pay, and I'm going to send you, I'm going to demote you a couple of steps down. So that's basically what he was doing. What they did to Melo, and that was just off the jump, didn't give him an opportunity to make use of things. And the same things happened in Houston, so basically Melo, so that upsetted a lot of people. It upsetted the league. Adam Silver was getting involved in that. So basically where this blackballing situation is coming into play is because Melo didn't play ball with the higher ups in the league. Pretty much they had a situation where they was making it seem like Melo was basically a selfish basketball player. He didn't have what was best for the team, and the organization. But the organization, these owners, they make billions of dollars, and and they asking the NBA, the players, to restructure their deals and take less money and things of that nature, but they're not taking less money on their department, so it's a tricky situation. That's why you got to have unions and other people there speaking on behalf of the players. So you got the Players Association, they was actually trying to end Melo before he even got to Houston, so the Houston thing was just saved him. I believe Chris Paul, that he was a major component in that. But Chris Paul didn't have that leg up in Houston, because the Melo to Houston was more about Chris Paul than it was James Harden. But the problem was, as you could see, Chris Paul didn't have that pull in Houston like he thought he did. So that made Melo with a shorter leash, because they was about ready to cut loose with Chris Paul anyway. So Carmelo Anthony may have just became collateral damage in that situation. Even in Houston, if people really evaluate that week that he was in there, like I said, he was there for a hot second. The man had a couple of 30-point games in there. There's really no reason why he should not be in the NBA. If you seriously evaluate and look at the situation, and it's costing some of these teams. You look at a team like Brooklyn, who basically the workouts went well. Melo worked out for them in the summer. People thought Melo was going there. Good fit. KD is out. Melo could have slid right in there with Brooklyn. That's a perfect fit, right there in Brooklyn. And you see, they getting off to a rocky start, and they trying to save the day, but Kyrie is not going to be able to do it for 82 games, And the playoffs, you need that shot maker. You need that guy. I think he'll relieve pressure off some of the other role players as well. You look at a team like Golden State. all their injuries. They got D'Angelo Russell, so I like that fit right there, making a playoff push, maybe get it to the AFC. But I think with Golden State, it's more beneficial if they just miss the playoffs and keep their draft pick because of that sign and trade, that they made. Also, what's another team I could see him on? I could see Melo on the Clippers. I'm just gonna let you know right now. Don't let Melo go to the Clippers. That's what I'm gonna let you know, because Melo is going to go somewhere, and I think that's gonna really severely shift the balance. LA is rolling right now, but I still feel they're gonna need another shot maker. That I feel they'll need another shot maker in LA, especially in the playoffs. Regular season, you kind of could just bully people to death with Anthony Davis and LeBron, so we're just interested to see that situation. There's a lot of other teams. Get in the comment section and let me know the other teams that you can see Melo on, and let's figure this out. I believe Melo's not done. He got a lot more in him, he's one of the greatest players I've ever seen, best offensive player of this generation. One of the best, arguably top 3, top 2, it's just, I don't want nobody to lose track on Melo, appreciate history in the game, and let Melo go out the right way, these are some serious facts. If you're agreeing with me, definitely hit that subscribe button, hit that like button. I'm here with Melo. I'm once a Knick, always a Knick. Melo from New York City. He never wanted to leave the Knicks. Him and Porzingis was a small dynamic duo at the time. Didn't really get a chance to blossom due to coaching styles. Team president trying to mingle in with the coach. Not hiring the right people. Just very inconsistent. Melo with 5 or 6 different coaches in a couple of years. About 4 coaches in 5 years. 4 coaches in 6 years. It's crazy. Their turnaround. Just Melo. When you evaluate Melo's career, it was some tough organizations that he was in, and it kind of derailed him. Slightly. Melo is a great player. And I feel like if he get another chance, he's gonna make a lot of people eat their words. So that's really part 3. I wanted to really attack the blackballing situation on why he's being blackballed, and what exactly happened, and giving you an angle off of what you may not know, and these are facts, Get in the comment section. Let's communicate with this. Knicks fans, Knicks Nation, hit that subscribe button. Anybody that's respecting, that's upset and disgusted at the fact that you got Jordan Poole and these other fools out there in the NBA, and the list goes on. I have to pull out a booklet of names that's unqualified to be in the NBA before Carmelo Anthony. You look at a team like New Orleans, no Zion Williamson. You don't think Carmelo Anthony would be good in that situation? When you really start to think about it, even with the Knicks. If Melo was on the Knicks would be in the playoffs this year. But the league is involved and basically trying to freeze Melo out because he didn't play ball with the organization of Oklahoma City, and that cost them a lot of money in that luxury tax. They was like $300 million over the luxury tax, and and they was very upset about that. The league, like I said, the league was involved, and it became a huge mess. And they tried to end Melo before he even got to Houston. That wasn't even supposed to happen. So hit that subscribe button if you understand what the type of time I'm on. And the Knicks, we trying to do what we got to do. Melo don't get the credit he deserves. So get in the comment section or show Melo some love. All the haters. We just deal with the haters later. But the haters can't discredit all his achievements in this game. The haters can't, discredit that he's one of the greatest players of this generation. Say whatever you want to say. He's still one of the greatest players of this generation. And Melo is better than half of the NBA right now. More than half of the NBA. Not just half. More than half. You feel me? He can score. Nah. We're gonna leave it right there. donate to this channel. You know, the link is in the description box below this video, also in the comment section. This is part 3 of the disrespect of Carmelo Anthony is at an all-time high. I tried to do something for the people. When the subscribers go up, the videos go up. You know, let's get these subscribers up, y'all. You know, let's show love out here. Y'all stay wavy out here in this New York City. You know, Knicks Nation. To hold it down out here. And another thing, we ain't done. Part 4 coming soon. This is part 3, y'all.